That's what they're noted for. That's why Detroit can come back in a hurry, because you have high percentage guys here who shoot the three so well. Now, at the other end, you know that by coming with Olajuwon right now, you know that they're going to go down inside and they're going to work extremely hard to try to get Akeem going. Can the fronting of the post baffle Toronto, or can they get the ball into him and make something happen with either Akeem scoring or with continuity passing out of the post?
Atkins, Barry, Stackhouse, Williamson, and Wallace for the Pistons. Here is Williamson with the turnaround, and tipped up, trying to keep it alive is Wallace. And the Raptors leading by 5, trailing in the series 2-1.
Well, the front line definitely has somewhat controlled Ben Wallace on the board. And by that, I mean the offensive board. He led the league with 5 a game. And in games 1 and 2, he averaged 5. But in game 3 and again tonight, they're doing a good job keeping him quiet.
Alvin Williams got the shot off in time, but the Pistons get it back, trying to narrow the 5-point lead. They cut it to 2 late in that third quarter.
It's a clear out.
Stackhouse. And with 5 on the shot clock, Detroit against a very tough defensive sequence here. Atkins just fires it up. And the loose ball.
Look up.
Like a pinball back to Toronto. Curry, who's there with Peterson. You mentioned Jerome Williams. Olajuwon with the ball. And Alvin Williams, and traveling called against Detroit.
Yeah, they got to start working Williamson, because Williamson is a horse, and I like the matchup for Williamson because Peterson is playing him.
Out of bounds, last touch by Barry on the chase with Del Curry, so the Raptors get it.
Yeah, they're getting excellent minutes out of Del Curry tonight. Now, right there, you can see Barry knocked it out. Del Curry and Olajuwon have given them points and good hustle situations for them off the bench.
Toronto Raptors trailing 2-0 and not looking very good in the first 2 games. Have come back strong at home. Looking to force a 5th game. Wallace bats it into the air on the pass intended for Olajuwon.
Yeah, Wallace slipped that time. Curry thought that he had a clear passing lane, and then Wallace recovered.
Barry back to Williamson against Clark, who has 4 fouls, and Williamson with a very tough basket.
I'm telling you, what a feel he has. He can take it in there and take that body contact. Both guys hit him, and he was still able to come up with a soft shot.
First Detroit point of this quarter. Peterson going up for the 3, and Wallace with the rebound. So the Pistons.
Now's the time for Wallace to come alive at both ends of the floor here.
He has his 12 rebounds, but he hasn't done it offensively, and Cliff Robinson, who has missed 2, going out beyond the arc again.
Yeah, Cliff put that one up there. That was a line drive.
Clark setting the screen. Peterson was picked up by Robinson on the switch.
No double.
Olajuwon. Tipped by Williamson. Came right in there, and now the Pistons trailing by 7. John Barry with Chucky Atkins, Corliss Williamson, Cliff Robinson, Ben Wallace. Stackhouse on the bench.
You got to go in here. See, this is a tough cover for Peterson. Williamson's too strong for him.
Here's Atkins setting for the 3 and missing.
All right, it's a good shot. He had a good look, and he's your guy. After Barry, he shoots it at 47. He shoots it at 41.
Curry with a quick release. And Atkins trying to push it up against Williamson, and Peterson with a snarl rams the ball into the crowd, and the crowd loving it here in Toronto. What a block.
This is just great defense. Look to the right of your screen. Here comes Peterson from behind.
Antonio Davis is back in for Toronto. Atkins will go out, and into the game, Damon Jones for the Pistons.
Yeah, they're just bringing 3 of the bench guys. Williamson, Barry, and Damon Jones, keeping Robinson and Ben Wallace out on the floor.
And Jerome Williams in the guard. Corliss Williamson. Williams for guarding Williamson. Traded for each other in 2001, going at hit each other here. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Pistons.
Yeah, Corliss is upset with himself. He thought that he had an excellent look. And really, Jerome Williams was not even there to contest the shot.
So the Pistons trailing 70 to 63 and defending here. Toronto getting bigger as Curry sat down. With Davis back in as well, and Peterson hitting a three and getting knocked to the floor. Now they say a 2-point field goal, so 16 for Morris Peterson.
Now Peterson in the second half now has made 2 long jumpers. The first 2 long ones that he's made in this series.
Robinson driving in, trying to get the foul, and the object is to get Clark his 5th personal.
I think they're calling a pass off here, though.
And it's on Antonio Davis.
Yeah, Bernie Fryer makes the call, Dick, and they're taking it on the side. Lenny Wilkins is right up, going to protest. They put him on the line.
Second foul on Davis. What a pass inside from Jones. Good foul. Ben Wallace. He had to go through several players, and the foul committed by Jerome Williams. That's 4 on Jerome.
During the regular season, he would have dunked it. They're not going to allow him to dunk the ball. And you can see it in games 3 and 4 right here. See, they're going to make sure he doesn't get to the rim. Why? Because he's a 42% foul shooter. They're going to force him to make the foul shot.
And this is Ben Wallace's first trip to the free throw line tonight. And his first point of the game. But the Pistons have been in the crowd.
Good, answering the pressure.
Right. Only 4 points.
There's a guy down on the
floor. That's all right. Well, we'll take care of that. 4 points for the Pistons in nearly 7 minutes of play. And an over-exuberant fan gets whisked away in the 4th quarter, reminding the first quarter. Keon Clark with the block.
Why not?
And he is fouled. Keon Clark, who had to sit with 4 personals, and now Williamson with his 3rd, and that is the first team foul by the Pistons here in this 4th quarter with 5:33 to go.
Keon Clark throughout this series is averaging 2 blocks, just like during the regular season.
Alvin Williams, and right now jockeying for position is Antonio Davis and Cliff Robinson. Mo Peterson with a 2. Morris Peterson with 18 points.
It's great. It's great to see him that he's not forcing the 3 behind the line. He's playing 15 to 18-foot basketball, and he's looking great.
And having his best scoring game of the series, John Barry coming back with his second 3, and all of a sudden the crowd silenced again. Raptors by 6.
Well, you know that Barry is always the threat. He's going to stretch your defense, and then if you don't play him, he's shooting. If you do play him, he's playing 2-man with Williamson.
And the layup this time by Peterson. Peterson having his finest offensive game of the series. 20 points to lead the Raptors.
Yeah, Mo Peterson was moving well without the ball that time.
John Barry will fire a long 3 and hit it. And Peterson loses his right. Oh, no, Barry lost his right shoe.
Right shoe.
Unless he wants to take
Yeah, well, Barry was trying the old kick out and getting the contact, looking for the call.
I see what you mean by kick out. Clark, pick and roll, inside, misses it. And they're going to call Barry for the foul on Keon Clark. Technical foul.
Kind of stunned by that. You get the game down. See, Barry, he knew that he committed the foul. Now that is, maybe you're trying to show me up. So by running over there and giving him the ball, we have no idea if he said anything, okay?
No.
And unfortunately for us, we're too far away because it's on the other side of the floor. Now just watch, you're going to see the foul right here. All right, good call. Now Barry runs over. Instead of just giving the referee the ball, by running over, I don't know what he said because he had to try to do his shoelace thing. Rick Carlisle was stunned, and so was Barry.
Well, Davis missed the technical foul. And Chris Childs enters the game, replacing Jerome Williams. So now the Raptors go with a smaller lineup.
Yeah, and Detroit is small also. They have Barry, Stackhouse, and Atkins matching up.
Stackhouse back in for Detroit. 4 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Childs with a big basket, only his third, but it puts pressure on the Pistons, who trail by 7.
See, they ran that screen and spot up, and they even got the switch because they had Davis going to the basket wide open.
Stackhouse double team. Here's Atkins. The three-point shot doesn't go. Loose ball. And Atkins winds up with it.
Take your time.
Furious action and the reverse lay-in by John Barry. And it's a 5-point Raptor lead with under 3.5 to go in the fourth.
Great attack by John Barry. Caught everybody sleeping.
And what a great game 4 finish we have here. Raptors need to win to stay alive. Detroit wants to close it out. Alvin Williams with a tough shot against the grain.
The reason why this is so great is in games 1 and game 2, Alvin Williams and Peterson struggled. Well, in games 3 and game 4, they're totally out of the struggle category.
Here's Stackhouse driving to the basket. Stackhouse with 13 and a 5-point lead for the Raptors.
Well, for him, that's being quiet. 5 for 17 from the floor tonight. 11 in game 3. But right now, you got to step up and be talented. Just play hard, things will come to you. They need solid defense here now.
And they're going to call the offensive foul. Antonio Davis down low against Ben Wallace, called for the foul and a timeout with 2:38 remaining. Each team has 2 full timeouts left. Detroit also has a 20. Pistons with 2 fouls to give. Toronto has 1. And Wallace out of bounds, and it's last touched by Davis with 8 on the shot clock.
Anytime that they rotate the ball into Ben Wallace, they will stay tight out on the perimeter people, and they will allow Antonio Davis to play him one-on-one.
John Barry misses the reverse layup, but gets it back. And there is Stackhouse hitting a basket. Stackhouse cuts the lead to 3.
Well, we said he got to step up now, and he just did. That was a big, big, big shot.
15 for Stackhouse, and he becomes the Pistons scoring leader. 2 minutes remaining. Antonio Davis. Antonio Davis off the screen and spot up. Again, it's 5.
We keep showing that game after game after game in this series. That's open.
There is Stackhouse. Offensive foul as he charged into Antonio Davis.
Yeah, he hit him, but it's also a block. You know yourself. If Antonio Davis, if you were trying to get through his front door, you know, to break into his house, there was no way he would be falling down.
No, I wouldn't go over the fence. I wouldn't go through the pool. I wouldn't go in the back door.
That was a great block. But we know that Stackhouse had that tendency when he's dribbling to go right into your chest.
140 on the
Here they come. Screen and spot up again.
Williams will take the shot. And the rebound and the loose ball foul. Ben Wallace getting the rebound for the Pistons. And that will be his 12th of the game, and a loose ball foul called against the Raptors. And Antonio Davis, and that'll be 5 on Antonio Davis. So John Barry, Corliss Williamson, Cliff Robinson, and Chucky Atkins for the Pistons. Peterson has been a terrific defensive player in the last 2 games.
All right, they just made a big switch now. They just brought in Jerome Williams for Antonio Davis to match up with Corliss Williamson.
He sits down with 5. And a minute and a half remaining in the fourth.
Yeah, they're playing high-low. Robinson and Williamson.
And Williamson guarded by Williams, and the reverse lay-in. And the rebound by Jerome Williams. So the 2 who are traded for each other with a big skirmish inside, and the great defensive play that time by Williams.
Yeah, you can see that was an excellent play, a great spin move. Unfortunately, he missed the shot. No foul now, Detroit.
4 on the shot clock for Alvin Williams. He'll fire it up for 2, and Jerome Williams with a huge offensive rebound with under a minute to go. It's still a 5-point lead for Toronto.
Big thing right now, still no foul. The clock, you got a number of possessions here. Big thing right now, solid
Here's Williams again driving in, and the whistle before he goes up.
That was down on the baseline area.
And Detroit had one foul to give, and they gave it with 14 left on the shot clock.
Yeah, well, that was bad clock management right there, okay, because the shot clock was going down. Now you look up, they're going to have 14 seconds, see? This is a key time right now.
And Antonio Davis replaces Jerome Williams, who came in and did his job.
Well, they don't want to let a full 24 go off the clock.
And they foul Alvin Williams. John Barry fouls Alvin Williams, who will go to the line to shoot two with 36. They don't use a timeout. Atkins bringing it up. Half a minute remaining, and down by 7. And the pushing foul.
Yeah, they call a foul on Childs.
And Childs will send Atkins to the line, so that's the last thing the Raptors wanted to do.
That's right. A, you stop the clock. B, you give them a chance to take numbers off. Now, right now, you never assume that the other team is going to call a timeout. Big key right now, Atkins has got to make 2 for you.
3 of 5 now from the line, and they all hurt at this stage, don't they?
Well, if you make this, you're still only down 6, and there's 29 seconds to go. Do not assume that they'll call a timeout. You got to be careful of the Raptors taking it out of the net and going quickly.
It is a 2-possession game now, 84-78.
Now you're going to force you to foul.
And Williams is fouled by Barry.
Just don't foul a three-point shooter. You know that they're going to come down and fire threes here because of the fact that they are down 8. Try not to allow a man to dribble to the basket. If they shoot threes, make sure no long rebounds.
Kings and Jabs coming up next, and the playoffs continue from Salt Lake City. Coming up next on TNT, Dana Barros is in the game. 3-point shooting ability, has not played in the series. He's been bothered with a hamstring, and Chucky Atkins with a lay-in, cutting the lead to 6. So it's a 2-possession game, and Childs is fouled by Dana Barros in the paint. Time of the essence. Atkins hits a 3. So it's a 4-point game. And Childs,
unfortunately, in the head.
That's right. Gets hit in the head before they had a chance to inbound the ball. And that is going to be a flagrant foul.
Yep, see, because he hit him from the neck up. The referees are not going to have that. They are not going to have you
hit for these 2 games, but they'll do it before their home fans on Thursday night as the Toronto Raptors have won their 2nd in a row. Remember, only 6 teams have come back from an 0-2 deficit in a best-of-5, and the Raptors are in position to become the 7th if they can win on the road Thursday. A gutty win for Toronto, led by Morris Peterson with 20, Keon Clark, a double-double with 19.
Fouled out in game 3.